Okay, let's jump straight on in. Acting. There are many different styles of acting. Now, you have to understand that none of these are wrong. There's nothing wrong with anything. Everybody has their own style. Everyone makes everything work the way they want it to. But there are some advantages to some styles. There are some disadvantages to some styles. Now, when I give critique, I'm giving it so that you have things that you can work on that you know. I mean, you can do a performance and you can think you're right on top of the world, and the critics kill you left and right, and you're wondering what's going on. Part of it is being flexible. You have to be flexible in the industry if you're going to survive, and there's no getting around that. You just have to be flexible, and you have to know. You have to know more. You have to learn more. You have to go out and you have to do it, get experience with people, and learn from them. You have to be open to other people's opinions and to what other people can say to you to improve your skills. That's what acting is. Acting is all about communication with people. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is talk about the style that I use the absolute least. It's not that I hate it, it's more that I feel the Morshack style is juvenile. I feel it's like, okay, yeah, you learned it. Now go on, learn something else. Okay, that's my basic feeling. It's kind of like a kindergarten kid learning something and talking to a college student to me. That's just what it is to me. But to go into it, Morshack was a person back in about the 1920s. He developed a specific style of acting. In this, anyone could learn how to be an actor in 5 minutes. The basic principle of Morshack acting is this: you are you. You are always you. No matter where you are, there you are. That is Morshack acting. So you must approach every single thing from a perspective of, how would I do this? What should I do? How would I feel if that happened to me? It's all based on the id, the I, the how do I see it. This is why a lot of acting styles create this almost egotistical viewpoint, because it's all from the viewpoint of I. When you create an acting style from the viewpoint of I, you are highly ego-oriented in that sense. There's no getting around that. You have to be. Now, there are a lot of drawbacks to the Morshack style. The most important of which is you become completely transparent because you're you. Okay? If you walk on that stage and you're you, then you are projecting you. And everybody knows it and everybody can see it clearly. This is where you run into problems, because it's not necessarily correct how you view things, but a basic standpoint is that the easiest way to explain it is a scene from a film starring Rebecca De Mornay and Antonio Banderas called Never Talk to Strangers. In a love scene between those two, you see Rebecca, you see Antonio, and you can just see the emotions projected from them, flat out. You can tell Rebecca has a crush on him. You can tell he doesn't like that she has a crush on him, that he's nervous, that he's upset, that, oh my God, what are my wife and children going to think when they see this? And that is what the actors are portraying through the camera. It isn't necessarily how they feel, but it's what you pick up when you watch the film. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the emotions projected to you. Now, in Morshack acting back in the 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, there was a style that was specifically developed from this that has been pretty much lost over the years. And that style is this: since you know you are projecting emotions, make up emotions and project them. So you are projecting false emotions. This was called transparent veil. Now, what this comes about is you look at an actor like one of the great actors of Morshack acting, Errol Flynn. Now, when Errol acts, he's always projecting emotions, but they aren't necessarily emotions he has. And they're in line with the characters. They're in line with the script. So that if you can tell that this character was supposed to not like that character, he would project that. I hate that person, and he would project it through the film, even if he was his best friend. And that's what a lot of Morshack actors of today lost over the years. The ability to invent emotions and project them so that you're creating a solid front as an actor. Now that's the downside of Morshack acting. What's the upside? There has to be an upside, right? The upside to Morshack acting is it's fantastic for comedy. It's very good for American style comedy, which is one of the primary reasons why it's been adapted over the years. Most of American comedy isn't satire like the British. It's more making fun of people and that kind of thing. So because of that, it's like, oh, well, gee, ha, ha, ha. That's supposed to make you laugh because I'm laughing, ha, ha, ha. Well, there are many ways of doing that. It isn't by the script. You can write in a script, ha, 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 and you can perform that as, ha, ha, ha. You can perform that as, har, har, har. And you can take that completely into two different acting styles. The British, which throw in satire, and the American, which try to make fun of everything. Okay? So you have to realize when you're looking at acting styles, the dialogue is not even there. You're watching the way people are presenting themselves on the stage. You're looking at their body language. You're looking at their eyes. You're looking at the emotions that they are projecting with their voice, with their eyes, with their bearing. And you're seeing how they're moving on camera. If you look at a fantastic sequence in a movie you love, you won't even be aware of this stuff. It's just going on and you're completely oblivious to it. But it's because you're so drawn into it. It's us as actors that have to analyze every single detail because we're trying to improve. Okay? That's our goal. We are trying to get better. Even if we're the best, we're trying to get better. And that's what a lot of it is. Morshack is a very dull subject to me. It's very plain and very basic. I admire people who do it, and I like seeing it happen quite often. Sometimes I would like to see it done better because a lot of the older Morshack actors are better at doing it. Sometimes I want to look at people and say, okay, you've mastered that. Throw a little classical into it, just a little. Just to change up a little bit, But that's me personally. Okay, you also have to remember that I'm not just actor Christopher Stewart. I'm ghostwriter, ghost director Percival Rubens. So I also view things from a director's standpoint. But that's my take on Morshack acting for the moment.